Let's talk about insane animation. Let's look at the 1988 film Alice by Jan Strankmeyer. Not to discredit it, but it is a terrifying retelling of the Alice in Wonderland story.
Who are you?
Disney's Alice in Wonderland is a film that many people may look to when thinking of weird or insane animation. But this is insane for Disney. The 1988 film Alice rips away the comforting, hand-drawn animation style of the Disney version and replaces it with stop-motion and live action. The final product is uncanny and, to say the least, horrifying. Truly, no one warned me about this shit, and it kept me up for weeks when I first watched it. This is the type of animation I want to talk about today. There are countless amazing new animated movies coming out each year that push how unique animation can be on the big screen. But of course, there are 10 times more movies coming out that are the same old boring shit. So let's look at some of the actual special animated works. Since we're talking about Alice, let's start with stop motion. Stop motion is one of the most exciting mediums to explore in the world of animation. It is one of the most time-consuming art forms there is, but the results are always worth it. Any stop motion demands your attention. There's literally countless great examples, so I'll just go over my favorites. First off, undoubtedly the most impressive stop motion movie I've seen in my entire life, and will probably ever see, is The Wolf House, a stop motion horror movie that not nearly enough people have seen. The creators took an empty house and an insane amount of paint to create a horrifying and beautiful look with stop motion, painting over the walls repeatedly to create motion. The time and dedication here is fucking unmatched.
Fühlst du mich, mein Vögelchen? Hörst du mich?
Ja.
Weißt du, wo ich bin?
Nein.
Woraus ist dein Haus gebaut, Maria?
They also used paper mache to amazing effect. I lie in bed and cry every single day thinking about how little people know this movie. Another underrated filmmaker is Stacey Steers, an experimental filmmaker who combines multiple types of animation to create a surreal world. She uses lots of cutouts and to create collages, moving them frame by frame. The same method was originally used to animate South Park. First appearing in the pilot episode, Cartman gets an anal probe. This process takes forever, giving South Park its iconic rough look.
Give you an anal probe?
Ah, what's an anal probe?
That's when they put this big metal hoopajou up your butt.
Whoa, they gave you an anal probe, Cartman? No, I mean, why would they do that? Dude, they did, huh?
Stacey Steers would also directly place items onto her rolls of film, creating a super unique look. Her creativity is best shown in her short film Night Hunter. I would beg all of you to watch it if you haven't seen it yet. The hours that were put into it cannot be understated. She also animated Totem, a beautifully animated short about our relationship with animals that features these insane transitions that must have taken ages to create. It's adorable. Lakita, I think you pronounce it Lakita?
Laika Studios is responsible for movies like Coraline, Paranorman, Kubo and the Two Strings, and most recently, Missing Link.
Lakita brought stop motion to the forefront of entertainment when I was a kid. I remember being fascinated by films like Kubo and the Two Strings, and obviously Coraline. I was always obsessed with how cool they looked. The choppy look of the final product can be off-putting to a lot of people, but a lot of artists use this to their advantage to create unsettling and even scary scenes. One of the most effective uses of the style to give a creepy atmosphere is Save Ralph, a 2021 short commentary film with Taika Waititi about the terrible world of animal testing. The animation is so gruesome and hard to watch, it really gets the message across. One of my favorite movies of all time, Mad God, was a massive stop-motion project by the legendary animator Phil Tippett. It took 30 years to put together, and the stop-motion animation helps elevate it to one of the most captivating and disturbing things I've ever seen. You can see the dedication in every scene of this movie. It truly takes you to another world. I wish his work would be more appreciated because it truly is one of the greatest pieces of animation I've seen in the last decade. David Lynch is another filmmaker who has dabbled a fair bit into the world of stop motion. My personal favorite is his short film Fire, which is shockingly one of the less disturbing things he's created. You also can't forget his more famous short film, Alphabet, a great blend of stop motion and live action to create super unsettling imagery. Moving more away from horror, we have Fantastic Planet. I actually didn't know this was stop motion until recently, but it's cutout animation. Cutout animation that results in one of the best looking movies ever made, with the style that still stands out as otherworldly to this day. You can't even tell how it was made, it's that seamless. And it came out in 1973. Fantastic Planet not only has a historically distinct look, but uses this look to create one of the most memorable worlds in all of fiction. So much praise is thrown to studios like Ghibli for creating amazing fantasy worlds. But the alien world depicted in Fantastic Planet is up there for me. Another incredible movie I have to shout out if anyone in a 50-mile radius mentions stop motion is Charlie Kaufman's Anomalisa. I don't know what to say about this movie. I don't think I could if I tried. But the stop motion is wonderful, and the movie is too beautiful to be as underrated as it is. Another short I have to shout out real quick is Coming Out, a 2020 stop motion animated short about little Godzilla coming out to their dad, Godzilla, as trans. If any of that sentence intrigued you, check it out. Stop motion is incredible in every sense of the word, but it has a lot of limitations. Digital and hand-drawn animation is where it is taken to another level of beauty and imagination. It's insane to see with your own two eyes, but some of the best animation I've seen comes from single artists working from what I can only assume is their bedroom. Number one example, Jonni Peppers. If I could give my soul to anyone, it would be Jonni Peppers. Not only for having super charming animation, but for heart-wrenching and hilarious stories at the same time. And she gets practically no recognition. Her short Goodbye Forever Party perfectly showcases what she is best at. Her messy style perfectly creates a sense of paranoia and stress so well, it makes you start to worry. Another online artist that is definitely more known is Victoria Vincent. Her style is the reason big studios need to be taking notes on shit like this. The colors, the angles, the character designs, everything is so magical and surreal. Just imagine what an entire studio working in this exact style could do. It makes my mouth water just thinking about it.
Tux and Fanny.
Я так рад наблюдать за большой игрой.
And of course, I would go insane for years if I didn't get one extra person to watch Tux and Fanny. Tux and Fanny? I don't know. A short series directed by Albert Burney that is incredibly simple but insanely memorable. I beg you to go watch the first couple episodes. The animation is so simple but creates a very unique feeling of comfort mixed with uncanniness that I've never seen before, but has so much charm and enjoyability that comes with it. And, of course, one of my favorite filmmakers of all time is Don Hertzfeldt. I can make an entire video about him, but his hand-drawn animation will hopefully go down in history. He draws stick figures, but the subject matter and the stories of his work combine to create films that are truly one of a kind. The World of Tomorrow series is truly some of the greatest work ever, in any medium, combining many different animation styles and off-kilter dialogue to create a truly otherworldly experience. Every single one of his films are worth checking out. Masaaki Yuasa, the completely overlooked animation director responsible for the popular anime Devilman Crybaby. Amazing show, but where his animation really shines is his movies. The most obvious example is Mind Game, another movie with a plot as insane as its animation style. It combines lots of different styles to create this surreal and magical world. It contains the best representation of the beauty in relationships and sex I've ever seen on film. Just look at this. Also, Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and Inuo are also must-watches from him. Both movies contain some of the most groundbreaking animation in the last 10 years. The way Inuo animates music and blindness is a sight to see. It's incredibly unique. And Night is Short, Walk On Girl, I mean, do I even have to say anything? Just look at it. I truly believe this man can animate anything on Earth and make it look absolutely magical and unique. He's in a league of its own. I'd also hate myself if I didn't mention his less-known TV show, Ping Pong. I mean, only he could make the sport of ping pong look this intense and crazy. Another legendary animator worth shouting out is Mamoru Oshii, best known for animating Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell is pretty reflective, dealing with a lot of introspective themes. Oshii's animation style is perfect for this. The colors and dynamic world help elevate the themes, making the film seem more important and dramatic. And he does this nowhere better than in Angel's Egg. For me, his most frustrating movie. It's definitely not an easy watch. It is more than reflective, clocking in at 71 minutes, but taking its damn time with everything. But there's a shit ton happening thematically, and you have to be impressed with how well his animation style helps suck you into the surreal world. It's a sight to behold. The last thing I'm going to talk about is Belladonna of Sadness. This is a difficult movie, to say the least, for a lot of reasons. It deals with very, very heavy themes, and is kind of unapologetically sexual and disturbing. It doesn't convey its themes as well as it could, but the animation, fuck, it is for the history books. You can argue all you want about how indulgent the movie is, but the animation is absolutely incredible. And for the demonic and sinister way they portray sex, the animation works perfectly to make you feel all the pain and beauty. Maybe too much, but it's still worth mentioning. That's all the animation I'm going to talk about today. Please go support all the smaller artists I talked about. I'll put the link in the description or something. I don't know. Subscribe.